Hello, in this video, I am going to talk you through the new outdoor dining policy for the City of Lynn. Previously, we had outdoor dining as a part of state regulations to help restaurants through the COVID-19 pandemic. These local policies will replace what has been allowed at the state for the last few years. Today, we'll go through an overview of the new policies that will manage outdoor dining in Lynn. We'll talk about what you'll need to apply. We'll provide a walkthrough for what it looks like to apply online, and we'll share key contacts for any questions you might have moving forward. To start, we'll go through the general policies of outdoor dining in Lynn. There are a few different options for outdoor dining. Your business might be looking at doing outdoor dining on private land or on public land. That might include a sidewalk, a parking spot, or some other land in the public way. Regardless of where your outdoor dining is, you'll have to follow the new rules in the policy. These might be different in some ways from the policies that we had from the state before, which are expected to expire. In addition, your space must be contiguous to your restaurant. That is defined as either being visible from the main restaurant or having dedicated personnel to manage the space. Your outdoor dining space must be compliant with plumbing code, fire code, health code, and Americans with Disabilities requirements. Your outdoor dining space, if it involves alcohol, must also be enclosed, whether by a fence, a rope, or some other temporary barrier. The accessibility portion is also going to be a major concern for outdoor dining moving forward. Unlike during the pandemic, outdoor dining areas must be accessible in accordance with the Americans with Disabilities Act, the Public Right-of-Way Accessibility Guidelines, and the Massachusetts Architectural Access Board regulations. I encourage you to Google these requirements so that you have a sense for what is required. Finally, there's also no smoking allowed in the outdoor dining areas, no pets besides service animals, and all patrons must wear shirts and shoes. So those are the requirements for all outdoor dining spaces, whether they're on public or private land. There's a few additional requirements for outdoor dining that's happening on the public way. So those sidewalks, parking spaces, things like that. For one, there is a season. The outdoor dining season will be from April 1st to November 15th, although restaurants can request and receive a waiver from DPW if they would like to do outdoor dining beyond those timeframes. Closing hours, however, are going to be at 9:30 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10:30 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, with all patrons having to be off of the outdoor dining area within a half an hour of those closing times. Businesses can't have entertainment like TV, background music, or performances in their outdoor dining areas, except if they're getting an event permit. Again, the design and accessibility is really important when you're on the public way. Not only does your outdoor dining need to be accessible, but also the public way. So you'll need to make sure there's an unobstructed space on the sidewalk, for instance, for people to get through unimpeded. We're also asking all of our outdoor dining restaurants to exercise sound judgment. You should suspend outdoor dining in bad weather. You should ensure that there's a lot of visibility for plows if there's a snow emergency, and you should maintain a clean and tidy area. In addition, if you're serving alcohol in the public way, you're going to need to name Lynn as an insured party and enter an indemnification agreement with the city. I want to highlight the city's right to revoke. The city reserves the right to revoke our outdoor dining license at any time. We may need to do this if a street or sidewalk is changing or undergoing construction, or if there are safety or stormwater problems once outdoor dining is in place. Unfortunately, we'll also have to do this if the business is not taking care of their outdoor dining area and if we're receiving complaints either about maintenance, noise, or some sort of unwanted activity. We want outdoor dining to be a positive thing for our community, and so it's important that we have this option to act if problems do arise to make sure we can protect it for everybody. Now I'll talk through a little bit about how to apply. Depending on your outdoor dining setup, there's going to be a different set of rules and permits to follow through on. But everyone is going to have the same first step. Everyone, whether you've received permission for outdoor dining previously or not, you should be applying for an outdoor dining area license from the City of Lynn Inspectional Services Department through their online portal. There is no application fee. To apply, you should have a valid common victualer's license, valid Board of Health permits, and generally be in good standing with the License Commission. You're going to want to submit a plan of the outdoor dining area. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. And if the outdoor dining is on private land, you're going to need some sort of indication of permission from the owner, either proof that you own it or some sort of lease or agreement with the owner of the land. If you're serving alcohol, you're going to need proof of those insurance requirements I spoke about earlier. When you're submitting for your outdoor dining area plans, you should include the location of the outdoor dining area, the dimensions, the layout of furniture, and the distance between the furniture. That's really important for making sure we know that you're meeting those accessibility requirements. You'll also want to include the total seating capacity, the location and types of barriers, pedestrian ways, including width, and any existing sidewalk features. Photos of the furniture is encouraged, but not required. And plans generally, they can be well done, roughly to scale sketches. They don't need to have an architect or engineer stamp unless you're proposing some sort of structure or the Director of Inspectional Services requests it specifically from you. In certain cases, if they're having trouble sort of understanding what you're proposing, the Director of ISD might request further documentation that's stamped by an architect or engineer. But generally, you'll be able to start with a sketch. From there, once your application is submitted through the Inspectional Services portal, the City Clerk's office will confirm your application is complete, and the Inspectional Services Department will conduct a zoning determination to assess whether your plan meets applicable codes. This will be really important for some of our restaurants because the additional capacity that outdoor dining offers might mean that there's new requirements for plumbing or for sprinklers or something like that. And so they're going to be assessing your application for that to understand if there's any new requirements your business would need in order to accommodate those additional seats. As a part of that review, there is a group of folks in City Hall that'll be alerted to your plan and ask them for any concerns. That includes the mayor's office, the ward counselor, the police department, the fire department, the Department of Public Works, the planning department, and the parking department. The city will consider safety, the effect on surrounding businesses and residents, access, provision of public space, parking availability, access to utilities, and any upcoming construction or street changes. From there, you'll get an email from Inspectional Services about your next steps on your particular proposed outdoor dining area. And so that's where, depending on what you're proposing, you probably have different requirements to follow. For example, if you are proposing an outdoor dining area that's on a sidewalk or a parking space, you're going to need to apply for a sidewalk business use permit from DPW. If your proposed outdoor dining area is on a street or parking space, you will need permission from the Traffic Commission. If you're serving alcohol, you'll also need to obtain and file a change of alteration or premises from the ABCC, which is a state commission that governs liquor licenses. And you can pick up that application on the Lynn City Clerk's office website, in the Lynn City Clerk's office or on the ABCC website. In addition, there might be other requirements. Every outdoor dining area is a little bit different. So ISD, regardless, will send you an email and let you know what's expected of you through the SmartGov online portal so that you'll know what paperwork you need to do next. A lot of these permits are also through the same online portal. So we're trying to keep it as streamlined as possible. Finally, you will be working on your final approval. Once Inspectional Services confirms you've completed all the necessary license and permits, you will need a final approval from the License Commission. Once that is received, you will receive your license to print and post at your business. You will be reminded to renew your license annually by email in January. Now, another aspect of this program that's changing is the fees associated with outdoor dining. If you are serving alcohol on the public way, there's a fee of $100 per year, which will be charged as a part of your annual liquor license fee that you pay to the Lynn License Commission. If you are using a public sidewalk or street, the fee is $75 per year for that sidewalk use permit that we talked about previously. That'll be paid through that online portal to the Department of Public Works. Finally, if you are proposing to do outdoor dining in a parking space, there's a fee of $100 per year per parking space that is also paid through the online portal to the parking department. In addition, if you're interested, the DPW has jersey barriers available for use. You may be required to use something like a jersey barrier to provide protection for your outdoor dining space, depending on where your space is located. You don't have to use the jersey barriers through DPW. You could get them through a private company. However, if you would like to work with DPW, they will deploy the barriers at the beginning of the season, pick them up at the end, and store them through the off-season. They do have to charge a fee for this service. That's $800 per full-size barrier. They also have half-size barriers that will be $400 per barrier. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Zosha, who will walk us through what it will look like to apply for an outdoor dining license through the SmartGov portal.
Visit lynisdportal.com. If you have not yet created a portal account, click on Sign Up in the upper right-hand corner. If you need instructions on how to create a new portal account, you can find them under Documents. After you log in, under My Portal, click on Go. Under Apply Online, click on Apply. Use the drop-down menu to select Planning and Zoning Department. Select Outdoor Dining and Patio. Click Next. Next to Doing Business As, fill in your business name. Next to Address, start typing the site address of your business. Once it populates, click on the address. Click Next. Fill in the license details. Then click Next. Click Save and Continue. Click on Go to My New License. Scroll down and under Submittals, you will see an area where you can upload your outdoor dining proposed plan. On the right-hand side, click where it says 0 files. Click on Upload. Click on Add Files and search your computer for the file to upload. This should be a photo or a PDF of your proposed outdoor dining plans. Click on Begin Upload. Once it uploads, click Close. Click Return to License Detail. You can revisit the portal dashboard to check the progress of your application at any time. You can do so after you log in by clicking on My Portal Go, and on the right-hand side under My Applications, click View. Under Active, click on your Outdoor Dining and Patio license. If you scroll down, you will see Approval Steps and Conditions. This will tell you where you are in the process.
We'll just walk through some of the key contacts in case you have questions. As you heard through this video, it's a little different what the process and rules are depending on what you're proposing. And so we fully anticipate that you might have questions and need a little guidance to get going. So this is the list of folks to keep in mind. You have inspectional services. So if you have any questions about that online portal that Zosha walked us through, these are the email address and phone number to keep in mind. If you have questions about the license commission or anything related to your alcohol license, the ABCC, you can reach out to Laura Lee Shinnick, who's in the clerk's office. Here's her information. The Department of Public Works number is also listed if you're interested in working with them to get barriers, or if you're running into any issues with that sidewalk use business permit, that's the number to call. I also have the number for the Traffic Commission if you're having any troubles. Again, if you're proposing for outdoor dining on the street, this would be one of the places that you are going to get approval. If you need help in Spanish, Justin De La Cruz and EDIC Lynn is our outreach coordinator and is happy to help. And then finally, miscellaneous questions. If you have any questions that the law office can help with, Jim LaMotta is our contact for this policy. That's all we have today. I hope this was helpful introduction to the new outdoor dining policies that will be enacted in Lynn. Thank you.